What's going on, DS? Hey, it's your boy Darrnell Proudly back at y'all another video. Today we got the Sassy Man era. We over here on TommyNFG channel. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna get into this, man. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that there social media. We ain't here without any further ado. In 3, 2, 1, click.
As a man, according to the internet's new rules, you
Talk
officially
to
get
me.
categorized as two groups nowadays.
Who are
You're
we?
either group A.
Don't forget, I'm
I ain't that nigga, like, I got a little belly on me. I ain't gonna lie to you, but okay.
invincible.
I need to do all of that.
Or
the
you're either
workout
group
part.
B.
Alright guys, on 3 we're gonna take a boomerang. We're gonna shake our mouths, okay?
Well, I definitely ain't that nigga. I mean, more power to him. I ain't got no problem, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't me either, so I don't know. The two nigga shit. Cause I don't hit the gym like I know I should be. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't the other nigga. I don't know what this is. Them some narrow ass categories, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, let's go.
So 1, 2, 3.
And I speak for all men when I say we only classify as these and it's impossible to fit another category. Anyways, y'all, the talk of the interweb for the past couple of years has been that men are getting quote unquote soft. But it's been really ramping up from last year to now, and people have been talking more about it. And a majority of the time, the main people saying this are men online, obviously. Whether it just be a comment on a post, an alpha male podcaster saying humanity is falling because of it. But another category of people that I also haven't seen mentioned that say it too is women online. I always have to say this because people are sped. Not all women are like that and say men need to be more manly and less sassy online. But usually the people I see mentioned that say it are the alpha gurus and male podcasters. And I don't usually see women mentioned in the conversation about it. They have another name for it too. They call it the quote-unquote sassy man apocalypse. And how it works is it'll be a man posting something on TikTok of them doing a more feminine-like activity. Could be something like doing Pilates. And before someone's like, huh, well, Tommy, those are perfectly normal activities that any gender can— Shut up! Calm your ass down. This ain't a Twitter comment section. We all know anyone can do these activities. Like, I don't have to explain when I say a feminine activity. And whenever a man posts him doing one of these activities, you'll at least get a couple of people in the comments saying, why is he acting so zesty or sassy? And it don't even gotta be something crazy for real. Like, a man could record himself and be drinking matcha in the video. And you'll have some people in the comments like, yo, bro, that's a little zesty. Why are you getting matcha and not pure black coffee? What am I gonna do with all these sassy men around? Like, why are you drinking the girly drinks? As a man on the internet, if you post you doing something like that, you really won't win. If you post you doing something slightly perceived as a feminine thing, you'll get hate from men and women. And I think this whole thing stems from older generations. Since Gen Z and before was raised by older generations that usually followed the traditional ways, a lot of us have carried these ways to our adulthoods. And you can pick out the good and bad between the things that we were taught compared to now. I'm not here to be a therapist and get everyone's perspective on how that lifestyle's affected them for good or bad. There's traditional things that work for some people and some don't. Simple as that. But there's definitely things we can all universally
seems nice and well-rounded.
Agree on that they were low-key tripping over as men back in the day. Looking back at it, I couldn't live as a man like 20 to 30 years ago because you had to be boring as and fit in or your ass was gonna get flamed. A good example is like wearing pink. Back then, would not dare to touch the color pink because they knew if they did, they would probably get roasted by their friends or their
be raps for your whole soul, really.
family would think they're zesty. Shoot,
well, okay, I'll take that. Well, it depends. It depends on where you at, to be real with you. But I definitely see what man's just saying though.
Elementary school years, we still had that mindset. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really change. Zesty. Shoot, dare to touch fit in or your ass was gonna as a man like 20 to 30 years ago. Because you had to be boring as and fit in or your ass was gonna get flamed. A good example is like wearing pink. Back then, would not dare to touch the color pink because they knew if they did, they would probably get roasted by their friends or their family would think they're zesty. Shoot, up until my elementary school years, we still had that mindset. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really change. And even something like skincare. Bro, you couldn't even take care of your skin without a potentially giving you the gay allegations. Men low-key lived like cavemen back then. A lot of the fashion we wear too nowadays, they would think is zesty back then. You couldn't even put that on without getting the allegations. Like, it was just crazy. And I think the good thing about our generation is we're saying basic like, you can actually dress good and wash your face can happen without you getting the zesty allegations or being—
He said, like, you can do the normal shit now. Congratulations, you can do the normal shit. Everybody clap. Everybody, a round of applause. We got to a point where you can do the normal shit without somebody saying nothing crazy to you. You know what I'm saying? Because, boy, let me tell you, go ahead and wash your face if you want to. Oh, my God. You know what? And even in, like, the most, like, extreme senses of it, like, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't think it was so bad as washing your face. Okay, I guess it would depend on how you wash your face. You know what I'm saying? If you look like you got a full mask on, okay, somebody might say something. But at the same time, like, why are they in your bathroom? But, like, because, you know, I'm saying, he talking about, like, back then, motherfuckers wasn't, like, posting that video online. You feel me? It wasn't like that. So, we hear it now. It's like, oh, yeah, you wash your face, you get called out. Okay, but who's there to call you out on it, though? But all right, we move.
Being made fun of by your friends. But clearly some people are still entrenched into that old mindset. You got people like Fidex Fearless, who I'm sure some of y'all have heard of, but if you don't know, he's another one of those alpha gurus who has his own course on how to become rich and handsome. And people actually pay to get advice on how to improve their looks from him.
Like these girls, they want Duke Dennis, they don't want me. It's not fair.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Duke, they want the jewelry, rich guy, they want everything. They don't want a regular Joe.
He built himself. Ain't nobody gave that dude shit. He built himself. You motherfucker get every dude at the finish line and be like, oh, why do women want him? Because he tried.
And he's one of those people I feel like that holds a traditional mindset.
So what you saying is people pay him to talk shit? You know what I'm saying? Or that's that harsh truth stuff. Harsh truth stuff. You gotta hear it in that way, or else it's not gonna get through to you because you've already lived your life up to this point, so somebody got to be really, really, really mean to you to get you to do right. It's one of those things. Some people need it. I don't know.
From the past completely, because he's always complaining about the new generation and the styles people are rocking now. Like, he just hates any man that wears something baggy and thinks it looks childish. And he has multiple videos of him saying it makes you look homeless and dumb.
I'm gonna keep telling y'all dress like little kids. I don't care what anybody say, bro. The classy man is always the best looking man. Nobody could beat that guy. I don't give a damn what you say, bro. I don't give a damn about no new trends, these baggy clothes bullshit that you idiots think look cool. You don't look like a man. I don't give a damn what you think. Stop wearing baggy clothes. They make you look homeless. The losers on the internet want you to believe that a guy who dressed classy, a guy who wears fitted clothes, something is wrong with him. Not the guy who looks homeless and wears baggy clothes that is quote unquote comfortable. The problem with this is you don't command respect with your image.
I'm sorry, bro, but I'm not trying to look like the Rock from the 90s every time I step out the house.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. I'm like, oh God, guys. I've seen, I haven't really like sat down and actually like watched all the way through one of these alpha male podcast things. I've been aware of them. I've seen clips on Twitter and and like shit like this, bro. But like, oh my Lord, it's like to hear one talk for an extended amount of time, especially when the subject matter is like that and everything they say is so like one-dimensional, and I'm like, there's no way that they're taking this serious. This has to be for clicks. This has to be for money. Obviously, man's got his shit together and he whatever, but there is no way that he truly in his soul of souls believes the dumb shit that he's saying right now. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no way. It can't be, because like, you grew up in this world. You know what I'm saying? You've seen it work other ways. Ain't no way you was old as him. I don't know how old he is, but obviously a grown-ass man. And seeing how many different ways things can work in life just through your peers or whatever. But your shit is so narrow-minded. You know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy when I see it with a black man. Like, when I see a minority group being narrow-minded, or like, yeah, someone in a minority being narrow-minded, this shit frustrates me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, cause I'm over here like, bro, like, what's really going on up there? Somebody needs to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get a lot of hand-holding as a child because that wasn't man shit, right? Nobody held your hand, nobody hugged you, nobody kissed you on the forehead. It's just one of them things. I'm just like, yo, you just need to relax. And saying that everybody, you need to dress like this. This is how you need. Boy, listen. I ain't trying to have my clothes constricting me all the time. Now, don't get me, I know that the fit can be fresh. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are times you can definitely put it on, but Why that shit gotta be the standard go the fuck outside shit? Like, nigga, relax. God damn.
Or dress like I'm going to a wedding every day. Some
That part.
occasions deserve the fitted clothes,
Yeah.
and some deserve the baggy clothes. That's all it
what
is.
I'm saying.
Because fashion has always been the one thing that's progressed
He
and
get
changed
it.
depending on its time.
He
So why
get
would
it.
you want to stay one style forever without trying different things?
That
If
part.
people treated fashion like his thinking forever, then we'd still be wearing those 1800s outfits. This is the
Thank
type
you.
of thinking older generations still have, though. Like, he low-key gives me the vibes of what a woman in her 50s would dream as their one-night stand. Universally with fashion, though, I think we've all been way more open to changing up things in our generation. I mean, in 2017, we're dressing like this, and we realized, all right, we gotta change this up. But then you
Listen, I feel like everybody's gonna have their problem with something. You know what I'm saying? Shit, when I was in high school and jerking was a crazy thing, and this came out in those super bright colored tight ass jeans, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at them like, bro, I don't. And it was the thing. That's what it was, bro. Like, this shit was hot. Everybody was on it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I even had homies like, bro, they're comfortable and da-da-da. I'm like, I can't do it because I'm not pretending like I'm running backwards right now. And I'm also not about to get on the skateboard. And also, I would like to not have my pants rip if I need to bend over and grab something. You know what I'm saying? I drop my phone, whatever the hell going on. That's just not, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Also, I need to be able to see. And them colors is entirely too bright to just be wearing like that. You know what I'm saying? That was just my thing at the time. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. Everybody can do their own thing and it's all love. But me personally, I need my shit to breathe. But all right.
in 2017, we're dressing like this, and we realized, all right, we gotta change this up. But then you go out actually putting that on, and you're gonna have some older family member side-eyeing you, thinking you might swing the other way because you wanted to dress nice. A thing you'll hear some women say online is the phrase, men used to go to war. And it's used as an insult online, usually when it's a man doing something.
It's very interesting because, like, according to whenever we still have to, if the shit gets that bad. So I don't know what. Okay.
Perceived more feminine. When I say perceived more feminine too, it really doesn't even have to be that. It could just be him doing something fun. It's to the point where some of them will literally record random men in public to make fun of them for it.
Yeah, that is weird behavior to do that to someone. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah, okay, yeah, motherfucker can't just like do some normal shit and oh yeah, nah, that's wild, that's crazy.
Like, all bro did in the first video was drink a frappe he bought with his hard-earned money. And all they did in the other was take a picture at a staircase. And by the way,
That part for real.
there's a more than 100% chance men built those stairs. So I'd be damned as a man if I
let him
can't
know.
take pictures of something I build. I'll take a million pictures if I want to.
Man, talk to him, bro. I ain't even think like, yeah, bro. It's 100% chance that men built those stairs. Take pictures of fucking everything. What you mean? I'm gonna fuck, nigga. What you? Yo, go ahead, bro. Talk.
I'd
That
be
shit was
damned
funny.
as a man if I can't take pictures of something I build. I'll take a million pictures if I want to. The whole men used to go to war thing doesn't make sense to me because, for one, millions of men still do
That part.
go to war all over the world. Like, do you not read the news or something? There's about a war started every week nowadays. And for the men at war in the past, do you think they actually wanted to be there? Men
That
had
part.
zero choice but to be in the war. They would
Do
literally
you really think niggas is really like, yo, I want to go to this place I ain't never been before in my life and shoot niggas while they shooting at me? Now, I'm not saying that every one of them is like, nah, because you got some in there that go in there specifically for that purpose. But generally, motherfuckers it's not something that they trying to do. You feel me? And then once you get that situation thrust upon you, especially in times of like draft, when like you ain't even in the military and all of a sudden you just got this piece of paper. Like, get the fuck out of here. And yeah, and women can't be drafted. So like stop. Yeah, no.
actually wanted to be there. Men had zero choice but to be in the war. They would literally draft your name out a hat and you had to be in the field. Or your ass was getting sent to prison to eternally be a named Bubba's prison wife. Also, there's a lot of countries where
Crazy.
men around the world are still required to be in the military. Like in South Korea, BTS had to stop for a while because some of the members had to do their mandatory military service. And this type of president to me probably isn't the best thing to set, because if y'all really do want it to go back to men fighting in wars and stuff, as a man, as soon as you turn 18, you're getting sent on your way to serve your duties, then be prepared as a woman. If you don't cook for your husband one day, you and the children got a 50% chance of getting beat that night, because that's what the older generations amended. Like, I really don't think you want to be in that generation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, different type. You went through it. You went to PTSD. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a whole different type of motherfucker back. It do happen. It do happen.
And then you go in the comment sections of these videos and it's women saying things like, men are so princessy now, or so many princesses. I also get confused by this too, because isn't it mainly women saying men need to be more tapped in their emotions? Like, for decades, the complaint has always been that men are so emotionless and never like to express themselves. And that definitely is true a lot.
Now, real quick, with what my man is saying and like how I'm seeing it, I feel like there are people that are going to take a lot of this in totalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, all women think like this versus all men. Like, because he's low-key speaking in generalities, which a lot of people can misinterpret. Obviously, there are exceptions to everything that my man is saying. I think he's speaking on a more general factor, a general facet within that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to take it and understand it as, like, how it's being given to you. You know what I mean? But let's go.
Always been that men are so emotionless and never like to express themselves. And that definitely is true a lot of times. You try to talk to any man over 60 about mental health or therapy and they go, mental health? My mental health was working 128-hour work weeks at 10 years old and walking 5 miles to school after and then walking 5 miles back to finish the day. Then going on my grandpa's boat and fishing 5 fish a day for the entire family to eat. Mental health is something you made up after the 2000s. That was my impression of a blue-collar worker. Then when men nowadays actually try to express themselves, we're sassy and princesses? This just shows me that a lot of y'all saying this will say one thing online, then act completely different when it comes to actual situations. Now, I obviously don't think all the women saying men used to go to war are serious and they're just joking. But it's one of those things where it's so many people saying it, everyone can.
I do like how my man, he does go back and do that, because I swear, you can say something, and the minute you start adding too many generalizations to it, women think, or women are saying, or men do, whatever, and you don't start to, like, subcategorize before you say something, that's how a lot of shit starts getting misinterpreted, bruh. That's how you solve a whole I think that'd be, and it'd be motherfuckers that can clearly see what a motherfucker's talking about. You know what I mean? But since it was so general, they can still wield it to be toxic and say some stupid shit, and they'll do it like that, which is, you know what I mean? But let's go.
Can't be joking about it. I didn't realize this until I grew up, but in our generation, so many people saying it, everyone can't be joking. They're just joking. But it's one of those things where it's so many people saying it, everyone can't be joking about it. I didn't realize this until I grew up, but in our generation, there's still a ton of women that want to live that more traditional lifestyle. Because all you would see on ads and online for years, it was all about independence for women and living that lifestyle. Which, if it works for you, that's amazing, you know, I don't got no complaints. But then as I grew up and would ask the women around in my life what they wanted for the future, you know, when I became college age and everybody's trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, I would hear surprising amount of them saying the more traditional thing and maybe working a side job just so they're not bored. Nothing wrong with that either. Should I know in the future for me, I'm gonna provide the best I can for whoever I'm with. As long as the relationship is healthy, it really shouldn't concern anyone.
That is a very, very, very good way to say that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got a traditional household or whether you got a different where both parents are working, whatever household you living in, man, as long as the people that are involved in that household are happy with the way that that household is set up, shut the fuck up. Quit telling people, oh, you need to live it. You need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. Oh, if you want to be a bad bitch, then this is wrong. Or if you want to be a housewife, then this is wrong. Like, nothing is ever going to be perfect. You just get what you want. Now, obviously, if you in a relationship, a type of relationship that's not what you wanted, you gonna be unhappy and there's gonna be problems and issues stemming from that. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the way that both people involved wanted the relationship to be, no matter what form that is, like, everyone else can shut the fuck up. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. It's elementary, my dear Watson. It's just is what it is. Let's go.
Then a couple of years ago, that thing blew up on TikTok called
trade wife, short for traditional wife. It's a woman who prefers to take traditional or all traditional role in marriage, including the beliefs that a woman's place is in the home. Okay. Yeah, okay. Stop shaming trade wife. It goes both ways. I feel like in this situation, you honestly get like the women against women type deal, where it's the trade wife against the working wife type deal. And I don't ever think it needed to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Why is it a versus? Like, why is there even a versus? Why ain't you just living your way and they live in their way? You know what I'm saying? I feel it can be done. It can be done. And I feel like because just a lot of times you get working wives talking shit to trade wives, like, oh, why aren't you doing shit? You're just subservient to your man, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You'll get a lot of that from that direction. Once again, not saying that they all do it, but when you do hear it, it's usually from there. And obviously, and on the other side, it's trade wives saying, oh, you're not going to be happy because, you know, you don't have this, you don't have that, like me and the kids, and da-da-da-da. You don't have a man to just take care of you. It is, there's back and forth when there just should be silence and let the other person live. And just shut the fuck up. And you're never going to get that. You know why? Because freedom of speech says that I can say stupid shit with impunity. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then everybody listens to it. It just is what it is.
Called trad wives, where it's pretty much
wives,
women talking about their traditional lifestyle and what they live like. Can this lifestyle turn into a toxic thing? Yes. But that's why you have to have a group of good people around you to tell you when it may be turning into that. You know, it can turn real quick from happily married with kids and living your dream lifestyle to you overcooking the chicken one day and getting RKO'd on the dining room table.
You just got to peep your partner. As far as that's concerned, you got to be able to peep your partner. Not everybody can. And like I said, there is a plethora of situations in the world, you know what I'm saying, that go completely south, or it's just like perfect. You know what I mean?
I think there is a correlation of this type of lifestyle starting to trend more and more, and, you know, men getting called sassy and zesty and online. You know, this is just my view, but I wasn't really seeing this ramp up like this until recently. People be forgetting there's a large amount of women who also have the traditional mindset of thinking too. Anyways, to wrap everything up, as a man, you shouldn't be crashing out and angry over your girl asking you if you want to get a pedicure with her, and be worried you're gonna get perceived as sassy online if people see it. Maybe it's just the name. If they called it a manly feet cleaning, I wonder if more men would be open to doing it. Like, it's fine to take care of your skin and make sure you're looking right. And you can do all this while also doing the traditional, more manly stuff. Like locking in with the gym and lifting and providing for whoever you're with in life. I could just never take it serious if another person is trying to call me sassy online because of something. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
All right, yo, hey, that was dope. We watched that dope here too. That was real. I like that. That was real. I think my man's put that together very well. Spoke very, very consciously. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he put that together very, very well. Cause the perception that I generally get is shut the fuck up and mind your business. And I feel like my man said that in a more kinder, thought out, educating way. You know what I'm saying? That's when somebody tells you to shut the fuck up, that cares about you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he did that. I feel like he did a very good job in making you believe that he cares about you, while also telling you the basic brass taxes. It's not your life. Shut the fuck up. Oh, this is a trad wife, and you got a problem with that? Shut the fuck up. Oh, this is a working wife, and you got a problem with that? Shut the fuck up. Oh, hey, this guy is drinking a frap in this video. Shut the fuck up. Like, hey, ain't shit you gotta say about it. Like, hey, you gotta say about it, because there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Like, but that's the problem, man. People find things inherently wrong with shit that has absolutely no issues, and then you get this dumb crap that pops up. But luckily we got mans like Tommy, you know what I'm saying, that can make videos that can really regulate people. You know what I'm saying? This got what, 213,000 views. So we got at least 213,000 people who hopefully got some sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's got to start somewhere. But that's the take. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that there social media, and I'll catch y'all next one, fam. Peace.